Hello, it's a beautiful day today and I'm out for a ride on my Triumph Bonneville T140. So I thought I'd pull over and give you a quick walk around of the bike. It's pretty standard, so I'll show you what I have and haven't done with the bike. The bike was built in late 1978, but it was actually first registered in February 1979. As you can see, it's got the American export bars and tank on, but in actual fact this bike was never exported. It's lived its whole life in the UK. I'm certainly not the first owner. There's been several owners before me, but I'm hoping that I'm going to be the owner of this bike for quite some time. It's a keeper, is this one, definitely. So when I got the bike, the petrol tank was not in fantastic condition, so I have had that professionally repainted, but in the original colours, you can see, and that's the original tank bag, but that has been re-enamelled. The white paint on it has been redone, that's re-enamelled, but everything else on it is pretty standard. The owner before me converted the ignition to electronic ignition, and I'm certainly very grateful for that because it's a very reliable starter, is this bike. It starts on the first kick every time. The only issue, it's a minor issue I have with the start, which I need to fix, and that is the choke. When you press, well, I'll take you around the other side and show you, but it starts, when cold, it starts on the choke, and here's the choke lever, but when you press it down it comes back up again slightly. Can you see? I don't know if you can see that. It comes back up again slightly, so I've got to make sure that the choke stays on when trying to start it, because if it flips off like that then it won't start from cold. But other than that, it's pretty standard. The mudguards have been painted black. They were obviously originally chrome, but they've been painted black again by a previous owner. So both the front and the rear mudguards, and also the luggage rack. You can't see the luggage rack too well because I've got my tools and a little bag on there, but that's been painted black as well. The indicators are replacement, they're not the original indicators, but the rest of it is pretty much standard. Still got the standard mesh air filters behind there. It's got the Mark II amyl carbs, as you can see. It's got the original brakes on there. You can see on this model the rear brake is the underslung version down there. These cans, I don't know anything about the cans. They were on it when I bought it, but certainly got a lovely tone to it when I start it up, and I'm very happy with them. They seem to work well. So the bike has done 33,000 miles, just over 33,000 miles now. And again, because I'm not the original owner, I don't have all the paperwork. I don't know, what there's been done to it in terms of rebuilds or anything like that. But as long as the bike is running well and running reliably, I'm just going to keep it going as it is at the moment. So I'll take you around the back, around the other side here. It's pretty oil tight, is the bike. I have no oil leaks on it. And as I say, it starts and runs very reliably, so very happy with this bike, and it's a bike that I can confidently jump on and go for a ride, as I am doing today. So I hope you enjoyed that little walk around. Let's jump on the bike and go for a bit more of a ride. Let's talk about what the Bonneville T140 is like to own and to ride. As I've already said, this is the T140E model, and it's the US export model, so it's got the peanut tank and the higher bars on it. And I just love this riding position you get with these higher bars. It's very comfortable, and I certainly find it more comfortable than the more traditional British bars, which are sort of slightly flatter and you're leaning forward more. Certainly for this type of riding, where I'm typically riding 40 to 60 miles an hour, just pottering down country roads, lots of twisty roads like this. It's a nice sit up and beg riding position, which you can enjoy the countryside, and yeah, it's very comfortable. Big comfy seat to sit on. That's certainly my hands just fall naturally onto the handlebars here, and the foot pegs are in a great position as well. So I just love this riding position. Now it's a very easy bike to ride, is this. If you are riding it around town, it's very light and nimble, and these wide bars make it easy to steer, so I find it very easy bike to ride around town. And then when you're riding it on country roads, as I am now, I just love the torquey motor. Very torquey, just pulls nicely, makes it very relaxing to ride. It's got 5 gears, of course, but most of the time pottering around these country lanes I'm in 4th gear. But if I do stick it into 5th gear, it still pulls. It pulls smoothly from well below 2,000 revs. The gearbox is very good as well, and the handling, I think that's the nicest thing about it, riding on roads like this, because it's light, and also just because it's such a well-designed, well-built bike. It handles beautifully around these corners, literally runs like it's on rails around the corners. The only type of riding that it's not great for is on big open roads, motorways, dual carriageways, where you're going to be knocking along at higher speed. And that's firstly because of the riding position. You're in a sort of sit up and beg riding position here, so you do catch a lot of wind at higher speed. It's not bad for a short period, but you don't want to be doing it for long periods. But also, once you wind it up, the vibration does get to be quite bad. There is quite a lot of vibration, not at this kind of speed, it's fine, but it's really, well, I find on this bike, it's between 50 and 70 miles an hour that the vibration is worse, which of course, unfortunately, is the kind of speeds that you're typically riding on big open roads. But you know, I'm used to vibration. I'm used to riding big singles. I mean, you've maybe seen some of the videos I've posted on my KTM enduro bike. That's a big single, and you know, I got the same kind of vibration issues with that. So it's only really bad if you're riding it for long periods. You know, I mean, half an hour to an hour, a continuous stretch without a break at sort of 65 miles an hour or something like that. So yeah, it's a great riding experience, which is why I love riding this bike. Yes, the clutch is on the heavy side, certainly compared to modern bikes, but you know, I think we're all becoming wimps with you know, modern lightweight clutches, and yeah, just got to man up a bit and get used to working a heavier clutch. And it's only really becomes a strain if you're in heavy traffic and you're riding the clutch all the time. When you're riding it like this, you're only using the clutch for gear changes, and so it's not seriously a problem. The brakes, well, they're okay. The rear brake is excellent actually, but I think I've mentioned in a previous video, I feel that the front brake could be better. And actually, a few months ago, I stripped down the whole front brake system and gave it a service, replaced all the seals and everything, and I've made a separate video on that if you're interested. The brake is certainly much better after that. I feel confident with it, it's fine, and certainly I've now got rid of the sticking problem that I had before. I feel it's probably just the compound of the pads, so what I might do is try some different pads in the front front brake, because the feel of the front brake is absolutely fine. It's just that when you put the front brake on, yes, you know, it's biting, but as you squeeze harder, it just doesn't seem to bite much harder. But they're fine. I'm not saying the brakes are bad. They're fine. I just feel that front brake could be better. Fuel economy. Well, that's very good. I consistently get 65 miles to the gallon or slightly more from this bike. I'm running it on, I'm running it on 99 octane fuel, which is E5. That's say 5% ethanol, and it seems to run fine on that. In terms of carrying capacity on the bike, it's great. I've been off camping on the bike several times. I've been on long trips on it. I've got some soft panniers I put on there. There's the luggage rack on the back, and that's all the space I need to carry everything that I want. You can take a pillion as well. The pillion seat is very comfortable. There's foot pegs for a pillion. I don't take a pillion very often on the bike, but it is comfortable, plenty of room on there, and of course the bike's plenty powerful enough to pull the pillion as well. Reliability. Talk about reliability. It's been excellent so far. I've had absolutely no serious problems with the bike at all. It always starts on the first kick. I need the choke from cold, so I put the choke on. It starts first kick. I let the bike idle, warm up for 30 seconds or so, and I only need to keep the choke on for a couple of minutes, and then after that it starts fine. You know, when the engine's warm, it starts fine with no choke. The bike's never broken down on me. In fact, that's not tempting fate to say that. And it's oil tight as well. So yeah, so far reliability on the bike has been excellent. And then in terms of maintenance, well, that's very easy. With it being an old British bike, maintenance is very easy. Yes, it does have more frequent maintenance intervals than modern bikes, but that's not really a problem for me because I'm not doing high mileage on it. This is the kind of bike that I just enjoy riding in the summer and mainly days out. So I'm not piling lots of miles on it, but yeah, regular oil changes, checking and adjusting the tappets, and doing all the lubricating the swing arm, the cables, and of course keeping the chain adjusted and lubricated, and checking the tyres, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, maintenance on the bike is really easy. So that's it really. I think this is a very, very easy bike to live with. It's a joy to ride. It's an absolute pleasure to ride. I can't emphasise how much I enjoy riding this bike. It's proved to be reliable, and it's easy to maintain, easy to keep on the road. So I hope you found that little review useful, helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed this ride with me on this beautiful summer's day here in Northumbria in the north of England. So see you again soon, and ride safely. Bye.